Hello, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time at my channel, welcome, bienvenidos. Thank you for stopping by. So today we are going to be doing a summer glam look. I have already filmed like my daytime casual look, and I did explain in the last video that I do have 3 looks. So it's daytime glam, nighttime glam, and then like pool beach glam. So today we're going to be doing a summer nighttime look. So I thought it'd be fun to do all drugstore products. I mean, a lot of these drugstore lines are just killing it right now. And by main drugstore, I'm talking about Maybelline. Maybelline is just killing the game with their line. So especially this latest summer line. But anyway, so I thought it'd be fun to do all drugstore. I usually do a little bit of both on my natural day-to-day looks, but I thought it'd be fun to do all drugstore. I'm rambling. So yeah. So for my summer nighttime glam, I thought it'd be fun. I mean, I love pops of shimmer on the eyes. I love bronzy eyes. Obviously, that's my shiz. But I kind of was just feeling like kind of more of like a matte bronzed brown monochromatic kind of look for nighttime. I don't know, I feel like there's something sensual and provocative with that. So I've been really feeling that lately. Daytime, I love like the shimmer and like the little pops, but for nighttime, I like to kind of lower the intensity, but then also kick it up a notch with some like matte bronze, if that makes sense. So that's what I created today. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this entire look with drugstore products, excluding, I did use the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm sorry, I had to, but I'm sure you guys understand, and I'm sure most of you guys out there have it. But yeah, so I look, no. So let's get on to the tutorial. So first I'm going to prime my eyelid, and I'm just going to be using the Maybelline FITME concealer to do that. And this is in the shade 20 Sand? Yeah, Sand. And I'm just going to use my finger. It's fast, easy, warms it up, does the job. And then I'm going to set it with just a loose translucent. It's what I always do. I'm actually going to use, it's not translucent, but it's the Maybelline FITME powder in light medium, the loose one. And I apologize, I just am not a huge fan. I don't know if it's a mental block or what. I'm just not a big fan of drugstore eyeshadows. But I am going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette, so I know a lot of you guys do have the palette, and the colors I'm using are basic, so even if you don't have the Jaclyn Hill palette, we should all have these colors. I would think a lot of you guys would, out of something else. And this look is super easy. It doesn't require a ton of shadows, so yeah, so but I'm going to be going in with Silk Cream and MFEO. I go in both at the same time. And I'm just going to be warming up my crease area. Apologize for my dog. She's on timeout. She ate one of her turds. Do any of your dogs do that? It's so gross. And she knows she's not supposed to do it. It's like, oh God, no kisses from her today. Okay, so I'm going to stamp out how I usually do it, just to kind of keep my my eyeshadow clean, but you obviously don't have to do this. And so I'm going to go in with Pukey, and I'm going to be using my M573 from Morphe, and I'm going to just do the same thing and just go over what I just did. Then next I'm going to be going in with Chip with my MAC 217, and this I'm just going to be hitting the outer V corner. Just going to start darkening it up, giving it a little drama, but I'm trying to keep it relatively low, because I feel like once I go back in and start blending, that's when it starts getting blown out and it starts going higher. Then I'm going to be using my E18. I just like this one to pack on more in this corner. it keeps it a little bit more concentrated so I don't start going crazy with it. And then I'm just blending it out now with whatever's left over. Okay, so that's good for now. We'll go back, but right now I'm just gonna go in with my, which one is this one? My MAC 213, and I'm gonna be hitting buns on the lid. So this is just gonna warm up and give me that matte bronze look. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with Chip, which is like the deeper, darker brown, and I'm gonna hit it again to just kind of help that like blend and bring back some of that darkness in case I got any of the warmer, lighter brown over it. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back in, let me see, now I'm gonna use my Morphe, my M433, and then I'm gonna hit Pukey again, and I'm just gonna kind of go over just to try to make sure there's no harsh lines. And then I'm using the R37. I wipe it off, try to make sure there's no like eyeshadow residue, so I'm not putting any more shadows, and I'm just gonna try to blend that. So I'm going to go in with my M432, which is just like my definer brush, and I'm gonna go in with Central Park, and I'm going to just stamp out like a little outer corner liner. Actually, I think I'm gonna use, did I use Abyss? I can't remember what I used on my other eye. So I'm going to use Abyss to stamp out my outer corner. I don't know what it is, but lately I just haven't been bringing it all the way around my eye. I feel like without the liner on the top, it makes my eyes look more open. And then I'm already gonna be using a lash. So sometimes lashes could even like, I don't know, make your eyes look a little heavier. So I like less on top with the lash. Unless we're going full drama, you know, like to a nightclub or something, but I've just been liking this look for some reason. And then I'm going to use my E36. It's like a tiny little bullet brush. And I'm going in with Central Park and Abyss, and I'm gonna like blend that out. Gotta pull my saggy ball skin eyelids. Cool. So I'm gonna dust away that. I'm gonna throw on some mascara. I'm gonna be using my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. It's a hit. So I'm just gonna do a quick coat because I'm gonna be going in with lashes anyway. All right, and then for lashes, I'm going to be using, so normally I've been really liking my Kiss 11 lashes for daytime. For heavy glam, like a fancy occasion, nights out, like clubs or lounges, I like to go with like my Queen Bee or Cocoa lashes, Goddess lashes. But if I'm looking for something in the middle, I'm gonna be using the ARDELL Double Wispies. They look like this. And then I'm also gonna do my eyebrows off camera just because I figure it's probably pretty boring for you guys and you don't really wanna see it. But I'm gonna be using my Maybelline, I've been using it for a while now, the Define and Fill Duo. I really have been liking this. So I'm gonna do brows and lashes off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, and then for the face, this is like my favorite part. I'm going to be using Maybelline. I apologize for all the Maybelline products, but I used to think I was a L'Oreal girl, and I do really love L'Oreal, but Maybelline is like, became my new favorite. I mean, they're just killing the game right now. But, so I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Master Prime. It's in Blur and Illuminate, so that's the primer I'm gonna be using. I really like it too because it has SPF 30. Which is like, that's awesome. So, love it. And I feel like it just gives me this nice like glow, but then it does kind of like blur your shiz, pores and stuff. And it feels moisturizing and tacky, which is what we all want in a primer, or at least I do. So for my foundation, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion. In the shade is W5.5. So I like to use a brush and I just dip it in the cushion like beep boop. And I feel like you get pretty good coverage. The foundation goes a long way. So yeah. So now I'm going to be concealing and highlighting. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I'm going to be using 2 different shades. I really like medium and sand. Sand's a little lighter, but I like medium. I just like the color for my skin. It kind of has a little peachy undertone, which is good for canceling out, you know, like dark circles and all that fun stuff. And then I like to go in with sand, the lighter color, to bring a little extra brightness. And this one's like a little bit more like yellowy undertone. And then I'm gonna highlight the nose, cupido, and chin. And then I'm going to go in and with my beauty blender, damp, and go to town. Alrighty, and then I'm going to do a little bit of cream contour. So I'm going to be using, again, my Maybelline Fit Me, but this one is in Cafe. I'm obsessed with this concealer at the moment. I've had it for a while, and now I can't put it down. And I'm using a dual fiber Morphe M436 brush. As you could see, it just like blends. I mean, like, boom, done. I mean, it's like minimal effort, and it's like the perfect color. It's like cool, but not too cool, but with a little bit of warmth. I love it for my skin tone. It's delicious. So I'm gonna go in with some cream highlight. A lot of people like to do it last, or I don't know. There's so many different ways you could do it, but I really do like to keep creams before powders. So I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Master Strobing Liquid, and this is in 100 Light. So I'm gonna squirt some on my palette, and then I'm going to smear it like so. And then I'm going in with my dampened Eco Tools, and I'm gonna just dip it on the palette and then start working it into that area that I want. Like, look at that, that is crazy. And then I'm gonna start to work it up onto the high points of my forehead, like where I would naturally be sweaty and a little glowy. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to this side. If you do have big pores in this area or any acne blemishes, you would want to restrain from putting any type of highlighter over those areas because it will just accentuate. So my advice is just to put it over areas that you're cool with showcasing. And then I'm gonna do a little on my nose. Then now we're gonna go into setting the face. I am still using, and I'm still loving, I did a review on it, the Maybelline Fit Me, the loose powder, and I'm in light medium. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to set my under eyes just a little bit. So I'm just gonna go in with like a tapered brush and just hit that area. Okay, so then now I am going to do a little bit of baking because even though this is a nighttime look, I still want it to last. And you know, if it's still humid at night and you're sweating, feeling all nasty, or if you're still wearing sunglasses at evening time, you want to make sure that you're not going to be getting like sunglass indentions on my nose. So I'm gonna just bake this whole area right here. I don't like to bake under my eyes just because lately I just don't feel like it's been a good look for me. But I'm gonna bake my smile line. Gotta do a little blowfish action. So I'm just gonna bake the areas that I know I might have some problems if my foundation might break up, or if I might get like more shiny or sweatier in those areas. And then I'm going to bake my chin, or not my chin, I'm sorry, my cheek. You know, I'll hit my forehead too. I know I want the luminous like look, but at the same time, I'm not trying to like lose all my foundation too during like the hot summer months. So cool. Cool. Now I'm going to be using, this is a first impression. I do not know if I'm going to like this or not. I do have a backup of what I normally would use, but I'm going to be trying the Maybelline Master Bronze highlighting kit. So I'm going to go in with my trusty, I'm gonna go in actually with my MAC 135, and I'm gonna be hitting this warm color. It does have some gold reflex, but I'm gonna do the forehead first, just in case I don't like it. It's pretty. I like it. Let's try on the cheeks. Oh wow. I like it. I'm kind of surprised because people are saying it's not pigmented, but I mean, as you could see, I did like one swipe and I already see it. Good, I'm glad. I was hoping I was gonna like it, but I wasn't sure. I think this would be such a great palette to travel with because it's like you have a bronzer, you have a contour color, a highlighter. So I'm gonna go in with this cooler color right here, and I'm gonna see how I like this as a contour color. And I'm gonna go back in with that cool color, the cool brown color, and I'm gonna try it on my nose. All right, good Maybelline, cool. I'm actually really surprised right now. So I'm gonna dust off the rest of my loose powder, and then now we'll go back into my under eyes and finish that off. Right, so for the under eye, of course, we're gonna do some waterline action. I really apologize. This one item is not Drugstore, but I just have to use it. I can't use anything else, but it's my Inglot Gel Liner in their black color. So now I'm gonna hit some shadows. I'm gonna use my Morphe E18, and I'm gonna hit up Pukey and start warming up my under eye. So now we got Pukey down in the under eye. I'm gonna go in with my smaller bullet brush in E36, and I'm gonna hit buns again. And then I'm going in with my definer, my Morphe M432, and I'm hitting up Central Park and Abyss. And I'm just gonna stamp out, you know, my outer corner liner. I'm not bringing it all the way in, because I don't want too smoky of an under eye. Okay, so that's, I'm looking. I'm gonna go back in with my smaller bullet brush and go into buns just a little bit, just to blend that darker color. And then I'm going to do mascara. I'm doing my OG RIMMEL Lash Accelerator for the lower lashes. My favorite. Got a little bit of mascara on the bottom, but that's okay. I gotta let it dry and then I can pick it off. Like, look at that. My lower lashes are getting longer. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the face. I'm going to try the highlighter in this. I really don't know if this is any good or not, but I mean, I owe it the right to try it. So first I'm gonna try it dry. And then if it doesn't pop, then I'm gonna use like some water or some setting spray. But I already have like quite a bit of like glow from my liquid highlighter, but I think it's pretty. Can you see it, babe? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is nice. It ain't bad. I'm not mad. Not mad. Just blending that a little bit. And then I'm gonna hit the nose. Okay, nice. And I'm gonna be trying, this is one other item that I have not tried yet. It's the Maybelline Fit Me blush. And I'm gonna be using the color Blush, which is, it's a really pretty kind of like rosy hue. So I'm gonna use my Morphe M53. I really don't know how pigmented this is gonna be, so. Now for the lip, I wanted to do something that kind of ties into like the rosy pink blush. And I feel like my eyes, it's funny because I used like a warm brown, but on my eyelid tint, it's weird. Sometimes, does that happen to you guys where like a color looks different on your eyelid than, I don't know if it's the pigmentation in my eyelid, but I feel like I have like kind of, it almost looks like a rosy warm color on my eye, but I like it. But, and then I have the rosy pink blush. And so I'm gonna use, of course, the nude, shocker. But I'm going to be using, of course, Drugstore. And I am going to use, for my liner, my NYX Slide On, Glide On, etc. lip liner. I love this lip liner for a Drugstore. It's so like moisturizing and it goes on really smoothly. And this is in the color Sugar Glass, I believe. Yeah, Sugar Glass. So I'm going to line my lips. That one's like pretty subtle, but. And then the color I'm going to be using for my lips, it's the NYX Lingerie. I really like the NYX Lingerie for Drugstore for liquid lip. I think it's pretty comparable to a lot of stuff I've even used like high end, and I think this is good. And it's called Push Up, this color. So it's like a soft kind of pink undertoned nude. Super pigmented. I feel like they wear pretty well and they last long, so can't beat it. And then if you get the little coupons at Ulta and stuff, holler. And then to set it, I am going to be using the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This is a really great drugstore alternative for setting sprays. It smells so good. Yes. We're good. We're ready to rock. Well, this is the final look. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, that's it. So I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.